back of rural Mexico. What images does your mind conjure up? The colour and pageant of a rich colonial heritage, perhaps? Or a Wild West type feel in the more remote villages? Now imagine what it's like when the WRC comes to town. Hold on to your sombrero and prepare for a high-speed white-knuckle ride through the mountains, kicking up bucket loads of dust wherever we go. After 2 events in Europe, we've crossed the Atlantic and touched down in León, 400 kilometers northwest of Mexico City for round 3 of the World Rally Championship. So far, we've had the treacherous black ice and ravines of Monte Carlo. We've seen the world turn upside down in the snowbanks of Sweden. And we're about to see how often the rocks and ruts of Mexico defeat the best drivers in the world. No other motorsport throws up so many different challenges, event after event. Marcus Grönholm has met and conquered the challenges so far this year. Now he's looking to become the first driver ever to win the opening 3 rallies in a season. Defending world champion Sebastian Loeb is second in the championship, but Mexico has caught him out 2 years running.
The rally, when you look the stages, they are very clean and they look very fast and clean. But when you come at 200 km/h, sometimes you have some little bumps and with stone in the middle of the road, and you can easily break something under the car.
A few unexpected names high up on the early season leaderboard, but Carlson, Gardemeister and Gali aren't here, so a chance for Stoll to climb into 3rd place perhaps. Since winning here last year, technical problems and driver errors have plagued Petter Solberg. Subaru returned to Mexico with a brand new management setup, and their top driver admitting he's feeling the pressure.
Feels like I've been on the edge for a while, but if you give up, you have lost. So you just have to keep on working hard with the team and get it back again on track, because we know we are the winners when everything works.
More on that Subaru story a little later. Plus the unique indoor service park, where there's plenty to keep the fans interested. Brand new for this year, the stadium-based Super Special for Mexico's vast and growing numbers of rally fanatics. And if you want to party, this rally's opening ceremony is the hottest ticket in town. The opening ceremony is always held in the nearby World Heritage town of Guanajuato, and it's one of the best in the entire WRC calendar. This year is no exception. Party's over, roll on the action. And stage 1 will give us a good sense of what this rally is all about. Hard, compact gravel with fast sections and danger, with ditches to the side of the road and rocks and bumps on the stage itself. Watching the action for us is Paul King.
So the first gravel event of the season, and it's early championship leader Marcus Grönholm, who's the first to take on stage 1. A slightly sluggish start there though from the big thin.
5 vaseri ahdas ja nyppy 2 notko kakkosella.
Sets about the task of winning 3 rallies in a row for the first time in his long and illustrious career.
7 vasemmalle nyppy oikein miinus ahdas.
It's a fast but still very technically
ja
challenging
notko
rally here in
täys
Mexico.
miinus 9. Vasen eri pyöree. Ja
And bumps like that could catch out the unwary. Nicely negotiated by Marcus there though.
150. Ja vasen pirun pitkä nopea. Kirraa, tai pitkä nopea, kirraa.
Swooping away what loose gravel there is for the following cars. Here's reigning champion Sebastian Loeb now. Oh, look at that. Over the same boat, but wild moment for Sebastian there. It's a rally that's not been kind to the Frenchman for the past 2 years, so he'll be hoping to get off to a better start here today. Let's take another look at the two drivers through that corner. And just look at Loeb's uncharacteristically untidy style compared to Marcus. He did well to recover from that. And recover he certainly did. At the halfway stage, there was absolutely nothing between the two drivers. This is definitely going to be very close. And Loeb is approaching the finish now. And there still looks to be very little between them. Just a matter of meters now until the red finish board. There it is. Yes, he's quick up at only just 0.2 of a second. Loeb takes the early lead.
Sebastian, how was it? Looks like you're faster than Marcus.
Yeah, but only 0.2 seconds, so that's really nothing. And I tried very hard, and he's very fast. So okay. Very close for the moment. We have to continue.
So the two championship front runners off and running. Can Solberg reignite his faltering season? Clean getaway for the Norwegian, which is more than can be said for Marcus Gronholm.
Opens 30. Keep left of the crest.
Petter is already pushing hard, and he's certainly looking determined to put his early season problems behind him.
6 right bus into 6 left.
Back with Petter in just a moment, but here's Gronholm's teammate Mikko Hirvonen now. And the young Finn is also looking very fast. So Sebastian Loeb was fastest so far. There's his time, and with the finish boards fast approaching, Mikko should go quicker here. Yes, a fantastic start for Ford's number 2. 6 seconds quicker than Loeb, and he takes over the lead. Back with Petter Solberg now, and for the first time this year, it's finally looking like a good start to a rally for the Norwegian.
4 right minus, tight and short, 3.
Very fast, narrow section in the last kilometre of this stage.
Line good, don't cut, neat, 4 left plus half long.
Solberg is definitely going to be quicker. It's just a question by how much.
13. 6 right plus, 18.
Wow, what a time from Petter.
Hold on.
That goes heavy, Phil.
Sorry?
Car, it feels heavy.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great start, but he's still not satisfied.
Petter, looks like you're in the lead. Obviously a good stage for you.
Yeah, it's actually a very good stage. It feels so slow. It's just all the time, but it's good.
Road position helps.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I deserve it.
A 6-second lead already for Solberg, but it'll take more than just one stage win to rebuild confidence after the 2 years that he's endured since winning the World Championship. And ironically, it was here in Mexico where Solberg's problems started. A flat battery meant he had to push the Impreza through a time control. Illegal assistance then led to a 5-minute time penalty. In Argentina, the design of the Subaru's radiator caused rally-ending problems in a water splash. The car scooped up water and the engine died. The first of a series of 3 retirements. Driver error as much as technical problems has been a factor. A massive smash into a concrete block ended any realistic hopes of retaining his title. By Mexico last year, Subaru and Solberg seem to have got their act together again. His second successive victory following 3 wins towards the end of 2004.
The whole team is just so intact, you know, everybody is just doing the job up to 110% to where the aim should be, and you know, everybody is on top form, and we're gonna stay like this the whole year now.
But by Cyprus, the gremlins were back. Turbo and electronic failures again saw the end of Petter's rally and championship chances. He failed to score in 6 rallies in 2005. A trend that continues in 2006. An oil leak on a road section in Monte Carlo, and Solberg's Subaru gave up the ghost. And in the last event, Sweden, driveshaft damage over a jump lost him time. He was eventually excluded from the event.
How is it possible? You know, all the time?
And the man who's overseen all that at Subaru, David Lapworth, has now moved on to new projects. Lapworth guided the team to 3 drivers' titles and 3 manufacturers' crowns. His role is now being fulfilled by Paul Howarth, under the overall leadership of Subaru World Rally Team Managing Director Richard Taylor.
I think there have been a number of issues over that period. We believe we've now got the structure. We're confident from all the testing that we've done that the car is fundamentally fast. We should start to see positive results very soon, we believe.
You say fundamentally fast. Now, does that sort of hint at a couple of issues still for the car?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just that over the first 2 events we've obviously had a couple of problems which haven't really given us the opportunity to prove the car is fast. Testing says it's fast, significantly faster than the previous car. We've just got to go out and prove that now.
I don't have a clue what's going on the internal side, you know. My thing is to win, and what's happening there, I don't have control over, you know. We just want to win. That's the main thing.
Does it affect your confidence? Does it destabilise the team a little bit?
Well, I'm gonna miss him. That's for sure. And with the experience of 20 years with rallying, you know, you can't beat that.
And you can't beat Petter either. He's fastest over the next 2 stages. He extends his lead to 10.5 seconds over second-placed Mikko Hirvonen. It's an impressive drive from the BP Ford man, who's only competed here once before, when he did show some pace and finished 5th. He's showing pace here too, and commitment. As a Finn, he was brought up rallying on gravel and is demonstrating real confidence and ability. His teammate Marcus Gronholm's driving aggressively too. He moves up to 3rd, having bettered Sebastian Loeb over stages 2 and 3. So here's how the leaderboard looks. Solberg's lead nearly 10.5 seconds over Hirvonen. Gronholm now in 3rd place, but just under 4 seconds ahead of defending world champion Sebastian Loeb. So to stage 4. These fans have been out in the baking sun all day waiting for the 300 horsepower monsters to roar past them on Mexico's mountainous roads. The waiting's over for them and us as we rejoin the action with the town hosting the event Leon as a backdrop to Marcus Gronholm at the start line.
Off goes Gronholm then. He's already nearly half a minute behind the leader, and if he's going to challenge for victory here, he'll need to close the gap sooner rather than later.
Ja oikein eri helppo sisältä. 8.
A steep uphill climb here, and it gives an indication of how high some of these stages climb, at times to altitudes of an engine-sapping 2,700 metres above sea level.
7, nyppy oikealla.
Gronholm may still be hoping for a third consecutive win, but his main concern at the moment is Sebastian Loeb. The Frenchman lies just 3.7 seconds behind as he begins the stage. It's very early days in this year's title race, of course, but after coming second best to Gronholm in the first 2 rallies this season, the Frenchman will hope to finish ahead of the Finn here. And after some setup changes in the midday service, he's looking more comfortable this afternoon. Back to Gronholm, and with Loeb on a charge, the Ford driver cannot afford to hold back here on stage 4.
Oikein eri jouhee. 5. Hae vasen eri, pidä sisällä suppu. 8. Ja vasemmalle 2, oikein pitkä hidas betoni sisällä. Oho.
Oh, a tight corner here. He's off. The car has come to a rest on its side, and that looks like driver error to me. Gronholm's going nowhere, and that is the end of his challenge for third.
Betoni sisällä.
From the body language of co-driver Timo Raitiainen, it's clear to see they know what's coming. Once you lose grip on this loose gravel, there's nothing you can do. So the first major mistake of Gronholm's season, and it's good news for the chasing Loeb. He's currently unaware, of course, of his rival's misfortune. But when he arrives at the same corner, he soon finds out that 3rd place has been handed to him on a plate. Well, Gronholm certainly got something wrong there. Now, comparing the Finn's approach to the corner with Loeb's, it looks as though he carried too much speed into this bend, and as he arrived at the following tight right-hander, he seems to leave his braking far too late, and the collision with the bank was as inevitable as it was frustrating. No such mistakes for the reigning world champion, though. With the challenge of Gronholm now gone, Sebastian can set his sights on the second board of Mikko Hirvonen. All in all, a good afternoon so far for the Frenchman.
I try everything I can. We change the setting of the car. It feels not bad, so okay. I hope we can continue like this. I saw Marcus, but I think it's just the car, but they have nothing. Just a little crash in the ditch. So okay, but it's really hot. The engine is really struggling, but okay.
So Loeb up to third place overall, behind Mikko Hirvonen, who stays in second place. And the man who's won all of the day's stages, Solberg, still tops the table. Chris Atkinson and Manfred Stoll move up to fourth and fifth, respectively, after Gronholm's dramatic exit. A depressing sight for BP Ford. One little mistake can be incredibly costly.
I just went too fast into the left-hander, and then there is only 10-20 meters to brake to the really slow here. Right, and I just slide off and hit the rear quite hard, the rear wheel, and we broke many things in the rear suspension, so I couldn't continue.
That may have been the biggest upset of the day, but Gronholm's not the only one to have hit trouble. Here we are with Chris Atkinson on the very next stage. He's running fourth overall.
80 with a puncture. Caution left to middle, press to the late hug, 6 right pass, continues off
The
camber, don't
Australian,
go
more
right,
often
brake
than he's
30.
wanted, has been up for the Best Smash of the Rally award. And he's entered that category again. He's actually rolled down the hillside onto the road below. It does get going again.
Just keep an eye on that, just keep an eye on that, this thing, it's rubbing the very short for that. Okay, understand.
The team tell him to be careful. He risks destroying the engine, which would definitely end his rally.
40, brake press,
But the
short
car's
left,
too
40.
damaged to continue.
Don't cut long, 5 right open, long, 30. We can't do this. Okay, stop. Supervision, Phil, how far in, are they going again? No, we're still.
Atkinson and co-driver Glenn McNeil shaken as well as stirred. The harnesses may have kept them safe from harm, but the car is far from okay.
Obviously the rally was going perfectly for us. We were doing exactly to plan, and then unfortunately in the middle of the road, just back up the road, we hit a rock and it punctured that rim there and actually smashed the rim and broke the tyre. In the next corner I didn't make it round with the broken tyre, and we rolled. Superficial damage, but just really disappointing. Well, I wait and see what the crew reckon, but I'm sure the guys will be keen to put in some long hours and hopefully get us back out there so we can maybe score some manufacturer points.
Good luck to the Subaru mechanics. Next up, Argentine Luis Perez Compact driving a Stobart VK Ford. He was almost a full day into his Mexico debut when the going got tough.
Tierra de media, al fin por adentro. Y sube de nada, con derecha de nada, menos.
With a damaged wheel and drive shaft, he couldn't get going again. But he had made it further than Spaniard Xavier Pons. On the second stage of the rally, the Renault Citroën driver ground to a halt. Engine troubles ending his day after just 32 kilometres of competitive driving. So after all that, the top 8 looks like this. Up to 8th behind Irish privateer Gareth McHale is Henning Solberg. He hasn't escaped unscathed. Brake failure in the early stages and a puncture later in the day slowing his progress. Ahead of him in 6th is British teenager Matthew Wilson. This is his first drag in Mexico. After one altercation with the wrong side, it's been a steady day for the Stobart VK Ford driver.
Left 3 minus continues tight.
19-year-old driving with a maturity that
And the right
belies
3
his
plus
years.
8.
Another Mexico debutant, Danny Sordo, narrowly
larga.
Finding the slippery gravel a little too slippery.
Izquierda 6 larga. Tira, 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 tira.
Despite that little moment, he's 5th overall. In 4th is Manfred Stoll, a consistent day's driving, but he feels the OMV Peugeot's not set up perfectly. Though only 1 place off the podium positions, he's nearly a minute and a half behind Sebastian Loeb, who's 3rd. Frenchman, who you'll remember has had a torrid time here for the past 2 years, is now starting to overcome his Mexican jinx. He wins stages 5 and 6, which brings him to within 8 seconds of second place. And if you're wondering just how fast the fast sections are in Mexico, we clocked Seb on a straight. Nearly 170 kilometers per hour. Mikko Hirvonen may be losing ground to the speeding Loeb, but he's gaining ground on the rally leader. He's been second fastest on every single stage so far. Now that's consistency for you. And the reward is that he's cut the margin between himself and Solberg to just under 4 seconds. So Solberg's lead looking a little less healthy. He's complaining his tyres are lacking grip on the second run for the stages.
Short, opens 16.
But he is still ahead.
Left brush up long, tightens early, opens up long 250.
The gods smiling on him for once. Despite the evidence that the Imprezas made contact with something on the roadside. With just the short super special stage remaining on day 1, this is how the leaderboard looks. There's now a real battle for all the podium positions between Solberg, Hirvonen and Loeb, while 4th placed Manfred Stoll is battling to keep young Daniel Sordo at bay. Now rallying's already gained a strong following here in Mexico, and the organisers have laid on entertainment for the fans before a new super special stage in a stadium in Leon. And as the sun drops, the real action begins. The OMV Peugeots of Manfred Stoll and Henning Solberg sparkle under the floodlights, 1st and 2nd fastest respectively. And rally leader Petter Solberg is a second further away from 2nd place Mikko Hirvonen.
I've been feeling quite confident and things have worked very well, just except for the last few stages where it was 46 degrees on the ground and the tires didn't keep up properly, and the other guys, they had a tire who was much harder, so I lost a lot to them then.
So Solberg looking set to kickstart his championship challenge. Chris Atkinson may have said that the damage to his Impreza was only superficial, but try telling that to the Subaru mechanics, who've been working through the night to get his car back on the road. The new regulations allow drivers to re-enter the event, but they get a nominal stage time plus a 5-minute penalty for each stage they fail to complete. In Atkinson's case, he's clocked up 15 minutes of time penalties. So, as day 2 dawns, Subaru do still have 2 cars involved in the action. It's the start of 149 kilometres of competitive driving. The crews, including Atkinson of course, head out from Leon into the mountains, where the action will really begin.
So the 25 kilometres of the El Zalco stage lie ahead, and it's been a good weekend so far for another youngster, Matthew Wilson. It's certainly a learning year for the young Brits, but currently running in 6th, it's been an impressive debut in Mexico so far.
And left, 2 plus in.
Oh, but he's offline there. Oh no, that was a heavy impact. He doesn't seem to be able to get the car moving. It's wedged into that ditch and he may have sustained some damage there. What a disappointment after such a strong showing yesterday. Let's take another look at that mistake. It's a similar incident to the one that caught out Marcus Granholm yesterday. Too much speed was carried into the corner, and unsighted over the crest, he slides straight into the ditch. Well, Wilson is going nowhere for now, and here comes the next car into the stage. This is Danny Sordo. youngster finding his way in the sport. Danny is actually the reigning junior World Rally champion. He's running one position ahead of his Citroen Zara. A good effort in just his third outing in a World Rally car. Matthew Wilson and co-driver Michael Orr are doing what they can to repair the car at the side of the stage. It looks like they've seriously damaged the suspension, and he's having his credentials as a mechanic tested now. Maybe those years in his father's M Sport factory will come in handy here. Back to the start line though, and Mikko Hirvonen is about to begin the stage. The Finn is certainly proving to be the best of the youngsters so far this weekend. Ford boss Malcolm Wilson took a gamble on the 25-year-old for this season after a disappointing year with Subaru in 2004. Well, he's certainly going to last longer than Wilson's son here in Mexico, who's still stranded for now. And it seems that Wilson's senior's gamble is paying off at the moment. A great performance so far from Mikko, currently in second place. Oh no, I might have spoken too soon. He's rolled the car after a misjudgment over that crest. And second place, which would have been his best ever result, is gone. Massive disappointment for two rising stars.
Come over all this bank and it's broke the front left suspension basically. All the steering arm and everything, so we're just stuck here, we can't even move it. So, bad day.
A bad day indeed for Ford. Hirvonen 2 is going nowhere. Stage 8 is certainly taking no prisoners, while some of the local fans add insult to injury by taking some souvenirs of their own.
Just came a little bit too fast over the crest and it jumped a bit further than I thought and went off the line and hit the outside wall and then rolled off the road.
One of those who will benefit from Hirvonen's misfortune is only Peugeot driver Manfred Stoll. The Austrian, at 33 years old, is certainly not one of rallying's bright young things, but it's only in the past year or so that he has really broken into the top echelons of the sport after a 15-year career. He was fourth overnight, but moves into a podium position following Hirvonen's error. An error that means it's a long walk home. Well, an event-filled stage already, but there's also, of course, the small matter of the rally lead to be contested. Enter Solberg began the day with a 9.5-second advantage ahead of Sebastian Loeb, but some of these high-speed sections are causing his Pirelli tyres to overheat. He's losing grip and momentum. Loeb's Fiat Goodrich hard compound tyre has been faring much better, while Solberg's coming up to the 20-kilometre split time, and his lead is definitely under threat. Much slower than Loeb. Well, he holds on for now, but there's still another 5 kilometres to go. So it could still be the perfect start to Loeb's morning. He's already seen Hirvonen fall by the wayside, so he could push on to claim the rally lead here. The end of the stage in sight. A time of 60 minutes and 30.4 seconds. That's a strong performance from the world champion.
Sebastian, Mikko's gone off. How was it for you?
Good, pushing hard, like since the start of the rally, and no mistake, good feeling with the car. This morning it's hard for the tire again, so in this stage. The next one will be a bit different, but in this one we had a hard compound and I think it was good, so I hope it will be okay in the next one.
Yes, Loeb's happy with his tyres then as we rejoin Solberg. This has been a terrific response to a turbulent time for both driver and team, but if he fails to hold on for the win, it would certainly take the shine of a terrific weekend so far. There's the target time for the Norwegian. He needs to better that to hold on. There's the finish boards. It's just too close to call. No, that's not good enough. Loeb was over 10 seconds faster over that 25-kilometre stage, and Solberg has lost the rally lead.
Petty, you've lost the lead. What happened?
He took the hard tire again. It's very warm, very hard. So,
can you respond on the next two stages? Push more.
If the precision is not there, it's very difficult. I can't. It's a limit how fast you can push through the corner before the car starts to slide, and it's too warm.
The leaderboard confirms a new #1 in Mexico. Loeb topping the table less than a second ahead of Solberg, with Manfred Stoll now taking the final podium position. Danny Sordo's up to 4th, while Petter's brother Henning Solberg is up to 5th place overall. Stage 9 is twistier and more technical than Stage 8, and that might help Petter. His Pirelli tyres have been losing traction and he's been losing time. But with lower speeds on this stage and a softer surface, the tyres should stand up to the challenge better, allowing Petter to challenge Loeb. There's the target time, match or better that, and he retakes the lead. And he's done it. Petter showing the real fighter in him, back in front with a lead of 3.5 seconds. So on stage 10, it's Loeb's turn to fight back. The Frenchman does have one distinct advantage over the Norwegian. He's in blooming health while his rival's been feeling sick and feverish all rally. He does beat Solberg, but only by 1.5 seconds. It's not enough. Loeb stays second, but trails the rally leader Solberg by just 2 seconds after 10 stages as the crews head back to Leon. A relief to get out of the heat and glare of the mountains to the cool and shade of the only indoor service park in the championship. There's something for everyone to enjoy. Merchandise don't enthrall you, you can always watch service itself, where Ford have ample evidence of how damaging this rally can be. The boss's son Matthew Wilson and Miko Herben are today's unfortunates. Team number 1, Marcus Gronholm, with time to sign autographs after his own mishap yesterday. Meanwhile, the mechanics in a state of frenzied activity as they battle to repair the cars.
Yeah, it looks bad on the face of it today, but in fairness, we're still learning a lot, and the fact that we've been super competitive again it certainly hasn't dampened our enthusiasm for the rest of the season, that's for sure.
Still cause for enthusiasm right here, right now for Subaru. No major concerns, just the nagging fear that the tyres could cost the rally leader time this afternoon.
What about running these stages again for the second time with the Pirellis? Because you're smiling, but it's a big question mark, isn't it?
It's a very big question mark. I hope it will be okay, but yesterday it didn't work at all, so let's hope so.
As if the tyres weren't worry enough, Solberg's heading back out to the mountains for the day 2 rerun of the stage where Sebastian Loeb hammered him by 10 seconds this morning. This is one of the wonders of rallying. In front of you is a scene of peace and tranquility, yet this is precisely the stage where a tight battle is to be fought, where a tense drama is to unfold. For little Oliver Solberg, though, Daddy always has the leading role.
These are worrying times for Petter Solberg.
3, 2, 1. 156
Norwegian was 10 seconds slower than Sebastian Loeb on the first run through this stage this morning, and with the same fast, abrasive roads ahead of him. He must be hoping that a brand new tyre design he's trying out this afternoon will solve his problems. Loeb, too, of course, will be well aware that this is his chance to reclaim the rally lead. He'll be confident of beating Petter again here. This is an aggressive Solberg we're seeing this afternoon. Aggression may not be enough, though. Here's an early indication of how he's comparing to his rival. It's looking like the same story as this morning. He's going to be slower, and as it stands, he'll lose the lead. He started the stage only 2 seconds ahead overall, remember. Back with Loeb, who's further into the stage. He'll know he's ahead at this point, but he's equally aware he has to keep pushing to the finish. Oh, some confusion here. I'm sure he should head across the bridge, but with the roofs taped off, it's through the water for the Frenchman. He'll have lost some time there, though. So, a chance for Solberg to bring the fight back to the world champion, but why that bridge has been cordoned off is a bit of a mystery. The Norwegian now is arriving at the same point.
And opens up a bridge 40.
You heard it from co-driver Phil Mills there. Over bridge was definitely the call. Well, Solberg doesn't hold back, straight through the tape and on up the hill, and that was certainly a lot quicker. Yes, look at that, the direct approach has actually put Petter back in front. A terrific response from the Norwegian as this battle continues to ebb and flow. Well, that was a bizarre incident, but Subaru's number one will take any advantage he can get. But right now, let's get back to Loeb, who's already at the finish, and in a moment we'll get a chance to hear what he's got to say about all that.
Hard for that.
Sebastian, at 20 kilometres, you're 1 second slower. So, what's going on there?
I don't know. I drive very well, pushing hard, but something incredible. In corners that we had in the notes, they put a barrier, and you have to go down in a water splash and come back on the road. That was not in recce. It's completely stupid, huh?
So, has Solberg held on to his advantage? He's closing on the finish line.
Cut 6 left minus. Opens 40, line into lane 2 left minus. Tightens 1 plus.
No, Loeb is edged back in front. The Frenchman is definitely going to win the stage, but will Solberg stay in front overall? Yes, just 3 tenths behind on stage, but still a second and 7 tenths in front overall.
We can show you exactly how much time that moment of confusion cost Loeb. He comes to the junction faster than Solberg. And then he takes that unexpected detour. Once off the beaten track, he's overtaken by the more bullish Solberg and gets back onto the stage behind his rival. Just goes to show, never stray from the straight and narrow. So Petter holds on to the lead, but has less than 2 seconds advantage over Loeb. Third place Stoll is fighting to keep Danny Sordo at bay, while Henning Solberg, despite being nearly 8.5 minutes off Petter's pace, looks secure in 5th. And secure is just how his younger brother would love to feel. Instead, he's got this man to contend with. Sebastian Loeb, the man to beat for the past 2 seasons. So who better to give you your own personal white-knuckle ride through Mexico's stages? Keep an eye on the gauges and enjoy this behind-the-wheel experience.
Et attention, long gauche frein pour la barrière, droite 90 moins, pas corde.
With that kind of aggression, he wins stage 12. He's 6 seconds faster than Solberg, and that means he retakes the lead. On the twisty sections, Loeb is forced to turn the temperature up, literally heating the cockpit to try to keep the engine temperature down. So Solberg comes into stage 13 4 seconds behind the Frenchman overall.
It's a caution,
and he's desperately on the attack. His commitment is paying off. The split times show that he's ahead over the beginning of the stage. And then this. The impact with the pothole has broken his power steering and he's hemorrhaging time.
Keep left into shot, 6 right through gate. Puncher. Just try it on this corner.
Co-driver Phil Mills tries to keep Petter's spirits up, but he must be sickened and frustrated by yet more bad luck. He loses 24 seconds, and his hopes of winning Mexico for the 2nd year running are beginning to fade. Away from the dueling duo at the top of the leaderboard, less battles but no less incident. Third place Manfred Stoll is putting in another great performance. 2 career podiums already and looking set to chalk up a fine result in only his 3rd drive in a Peugeot. All that despite a hairy moment with a herd of cows.
Direkt 4%. 50.
Less than half a minute behind Stoll is Danny Sordo. No manufacturer's points rest on his performance, but he's still fighting to catch the Austrian ahead of him. There are 2 OMV Peugeots in the top 5. Henning Solberg, after losing time on day 1, has been consistent today. So consistent, in fact, that he's 7th fastest on 6 of the day's 7 tests. He comes here off the back of a win in the Norwegian Rally and is set for his best result of the season in the WRC. Chris Atkinson is back with time penalties under the Super Rally rules. After problems with the scenery yesterday, today, like Stoll, he's having problems with the wildlife.
Get out of the way, you stupid thing.
Even so, he's up to 10, and will score many features points if he finishes, and with privateers and lower-powered production cars ahead of him, could even get amongst the top 8 and earn driver's points. It's the same situation for Marcus Gronholm. There's still a lot to fight for. He earned 20 minutes of time penalties and started the day 23rd, but has already climbed up to 11th.
Ja nyt oikein pitkä,
Good times
nopea
for the rest of
kirraa
the rally,
hitaaksi.
and he can make his way through the herd to maintain his championship challenge.
Ja vasen nopea.
This wasn't what he'd hoped for after his unbeaten start to the season, but taking into account his road sweeping duties on days 1 and 2, he'll be confident of the Focus's pace for the rest of the season's gravel rallies. After a spin in day 2's run through the super special stage, Solberg has dropped another 9 seconds to load, making the Norwegian's task over the 3 stages of the final day all the tougher. Doing their part to repair the Imprezza's power steering, but the rest of the job is up to the driver.
Sebastian has a lead of 37.7 seconds now. Are you going to try and beat him?
Maybe a see in the morning what type of form I am, and if the car works well and things work well, I will try.
Outside, the dust is settling over Leon and over Solberg's chances, but the sun always seems to be shining on the WRC's golden boy Sebastian Loeb. Final day of Rally Mexico, and a final chance for Petter Solberg to thrill the fans who've trekked out to the mountains to watch his battle with Sebastian Loeb. But time is running out for Petter. Just 3 stages and 60 kilometres to claw back a deficit of 38 seconds. Let's get straight to the action to see if he can do it.
2, 1, go. Right, left us half long, keep it 15.
So it's a tall order for the Subaru driver, but while there's still even the slightest chance of his first victory of the year, you can guarantee he'll keep pushing until the end. But the split times don't look too encouraging. He's a little bit off the pace on this stage.
Right left minus half long, tightens. 40. Cut 4 right cross.
That's why it's a problem with his brakes. The rally win must surely be beyond him now. Petter will be praying he can at least hold on to second for his first points finish of the season.
Middle of a crest, 40. Keep left of a crest and early 2 right minus. Tightens. What?
I don't have any brakes.
Okay.
I didn't have any brakes for a long time, so it was very difficult. So that's how it is. But it will be difficult to take him anyway. I have to do a mistake. So
Solberg's not had the blistering run that he needed with that brake problem. And for Sebastian Loeb, this could now be a straightforward run to the finish line.
Gauche à fond, 80 mètres. Droite en même temps, Milon pas corde.
The Frenchman just needs to steer clear of trouble on this final day. And crucially, he needs to get through this very dry and dusty 38-kilometre stage.
Droite 90. Sur gauche 120. Le ciel sur 30 mètres, attention droite 120 moins.
A spectacular charge to the finish here from the Citroën driver. And the spectators are certainly enjoying the display. His fine form continues. It's another stage win for Sebastian.
As for Manfred Stoll in 3rd place, more than 3 minutes separate him from Solberg, so no ambitions in that direction. His commitment, though, shows that he still senses the threat of Danny Sordo, who's just half a minute behind him overall. So can Sordo make any headway over the remaining kilometres? Dust from previous cars. He can't see the road ahead of him, let alone get Stoll in his sights. And he's stalled. The drops 20 seconds to the Austrian over stage 15. Bang goes his challenge for third place. So the gap between Sordo and Stoll now nearly a minute, and Solberg trails rally leader Loeb by nearly the same margin. You'll recall that Marcus Gronholm, having crashed out on day one, has been slicing his way through the lesser drivers to climb the table. He moved up 12 places yesterday, and by the end of stage 16 is in 8th place, in line to earn a point for himself and 2 for his team. Despite his power steering failing on stage 16, Chris Atkinson has been on a similar charge. He's also cut through the field to take 7th place. The Australian has proved his pace over the course of a year at Subaru, but still has to add consistency and error-free driving to his list of skills. This man has proven the worth of staying out of trouble. Irish privateer Gareth McHale may not have set the fastest of stage times, but no mistakes either. He's a very impressive 6th overall. Ahead, running 5th, is Henning Solberg. It hasn't been the very best of events for him, but he stayed on the road and is set to earn valuable points to keep his team 3rd in the overall standings. As for his brother, Petter much quicker on stage 16, which he wins, but it's too little too late. It's still his best drive of the season though, and is set to be his first point-scoring finish since Corsica, held long months ago. Even so, he'll be disappointed to have lost the rally lead, and disconcerted too by the fact that mechanical problems are still plaguing Subaru. He and Atkinson both suffering the same power steering problem. So it's Loeb heading towards his first win of 2006. His first since Spain in 2005. The misfortune that dogged him in Mexico replaced by a dogged determination to fight to the final day. His performance shows him back to his blistering best. Rally Mexico's finale is a last run through the super special stage in front of the hordes of rally fans who've learnt to love the sport since the WRC first came here 2 years ago. And it's a victory parade for Sebastian Loeb, who's won 9 of the event's 17 stages. First place here in Mexico will take the 2004 and 2005 Drivers' Champion to the top of the championship table. With 2 tarmac rallies to come, and remember, that's the surface on which the Frenchman initially excelled. Loeb will be in prime position to extend his advantage. He crosses the finish line, it's official. Seb's finally cracked the curse of Mexico. It's a maiden victory for his new team, Kronos Citroën. No wonder team boss Mark Van Dalen is so delighted. So, confirmation of the result here in Mexico. Danny Sordo's 4th place finish is the best of his career, while privateer Gareth McHale's a remarkable 6th. Maximum points for Loeb, of course, and Solberg happy to open his account. Welcome back to the returning hero. It's a special moment for Seb, 21 wins, and now he's the most successful French driver in the history of the WRC.
It was a very good rally, big fight with Petter all the time, and finally to win here was very good for. It was important to stop a bit the victory of Marcus, and also it's the first victory for Kronos, and that's really a good moment, and I took again the lead of the championship, so that's good.
So confirmation that Loeb is now the championship leader, with Gronholm demoted to 2nd, while Manfred Stoll has climbed to 3rd. Petter Solberg makes his first appearance in 4th. In the manufacturers table, Kronos Citroën now ahead of BP Ford, with the 3rd of the big 3, Subaru, still trailing OMV Peugeot. Round 4 of the WRC takes us back across the Atlantic to the Iberian Peninsula for the Rally de España. Sebastian Loeb won the event last year, with Solberg and Grönholm failing to score. Neither challenger for Loeb's crown will want to see that kind of result again. But Super Seb is back on form. He fought all the way for this one, and he'll be determined that Mexico is just the start of another winning streak. Make sure you keep up to date with all the rally news on WRC.com, and we'll see you again in Spain in 3 weeks' time.